Inverse operations, how they show mathematical symmetry. Imagine you have a magic mirror that can reverse any action you take in math. When you perform an operation and then immediately undo it, you see a perfect reflection of how math stays balanced. That's what inverse operations are all about. They are pairs of actions that undo each other, showing a kind of symmetry in algebra. This symmetry means if you do something to a number and then do the opposite, you end up right where you started. Think of it like walking forward and then walking backward the same distance. In algebra, this idea helps us understand how to solve equations easily. Starting with the basics, an operation in algebra is something you do to a number or a letter, like adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing. Each of these has a partner that reverses it. For example, if you add 5 to a number, the inverse operation is subtracting 5. So, if you add 5 and then subtract 5, you get back to the original number. Similarly, if you multiply a number by 3, the inverse is dividing by 3. Multiplying and dividing are like opposite actions that cancel each other out. This concept is very important when solving linear equations. When you want to get the variable alone, you use inverse operations to undo whatever has been done to it. For example, if a problem adds 4 to a variable, you subtract 4 to undo that. If it multiplies the variable by 2, you divide by 2 to reverse it. This step-by-step undoing makes solving equations straightforward. Inverse operations also show their symmetry in graphs called inverse functions. These functions are like mirror images of each other across the line where the input equals the output. If you swap the input and output of a function, you get its inverse. Graphically, this looks like a mirror reflection over the diagonal line. This visual shows how inverse functions perfectly cancel each other out, just like the algebraic pairs. Understanding inverse operations makes algebra less confusing because it shows that solving equations is just about reversing steps. When you learn to do this, you see that each step has a partner that can undo it. This makes solving even complex problems feel more manageable. It's like having a set of reversible tools that help you fix or undo anything in an equation. In summary, inverse operations show mathematical symmetry because they act as pairs that cancel each other out. This symmetry helps us solve linear equations by reversing actions in the right order. It also helps us understand inverse functions, which are like mirror images of each other. Recognizing this symmetry makes algebra easier and more logical, turning complicated problems into simple, reversible steps.